Okay, this is assignment number 4, part 2. This is the second of the acrylic color wheels. Okay, just as before, again, follow the previous instructions on this. Cut the board and find the center and strike the outer circle at 3 5/8. My color wheel in the final version of this is going to show as a little bit bigger, so ignore how it looks visually and just follow these instructions. The inner circle, cut the inner circle at, or make the inner circle at 2 1/8. Now mask the surface, cut out the inner and the outer ring, peel out the tape, and you're ready to go. Now things are going to look a little different from here on out. Now you're ready to squirt out some paint onto the disposable dish. This time we're going to be using magenta, cyan, primary yellow, cadmium red medium, and ultramarine blue, the two colors we used from before. Starting at the 12 o'clock position, or straight up, I want you to, just like the last color wheel, brush on some cadmium red medium with a bit more to the right this time. If it's center straight up, put a little bit more of the cadmium red to the right than you did last time. It mixes better with the yellow because it's a warm red. Now at about the 4 o'clock position, brush in some primary yellow. Be sure to clean out your brush first. This yellow is brighter and has less orange than the cadmium yellow medium had. Remember to frequently clean out your brushes and wash them in water, in the water cups, before using the previous color. At about the 9 o'clock position, brush in some cyan. This represents pretty much the primaries, yellow, red, and blue, with some exceptions. Next, work out some green to yellow-green solutions on your disposable plate and apply it to the surface of the board wheel just as you did last time. Blend the colors so that there are no clear lines where the colors meet. Mix more of the yellow-green towards the yellow and add some cyan as you did in the previous example so that you get kind of a blue-green on the one side and a yellow-green on the other. This is kind of the secondaries and the tertiaries. Now clean your brush out and try mixing down some of the cadmium red medium towards the primary yellow to create orange in between. So you're going to have the orange secondary, yellow-orange, and red-orange tertiary. Mix the colors into one another, trying not to leave any distinct lines between the colors, but rather make them blend into one another. Again, we're trying to achieve something of a rainbow again. Back up at the top now at the 12 o'clock position, add some magenta to the left of the cadmium red medium. The magenta is a cooler color and will mix with the cyan much better to create purple. Again, on your disposable plate, work up a good version of a purple and apply it without letting it touch either the magenta or the cyan. Then blend towards the magenta to create your red purple and towards the cyan to create your blue purple. Almost finished now. Add the ultramarine blue right at the 9 o'clock position. Ultramarine blue will stand in for the pure blue hue in this example. Later we're going to take a look at what Scott Naismith did by glazing magenta over cyan, but that's a different little experiment, and I will show that to you a bit later here. Allow time for it to dry, and then carefully peel out the outside away, and then peel away the inside. You'll notice now that my color wheel probably looks fatter than the previous one. And then I want you to label it like this. Notice how much brighter the colors are than they were in the previous version? If you don't remember what that looks like, here it is. So as Scott Naismith proves, you cannot create a proper color wheel without cyan and magenta. Then I'll do a little experiment in class and show you the business of glazing over cyan with magenta to achieve blue. Okay? So that's it for the second example. There'll be another one of these in next week.